Thank you very much for joining me tonight, and I thank you. I'm Liz Hayes. Good night.
In witness protection, police are supposed to keep you safe. For Andrew Petrellis, they didn't.
A star witness, Petrellis put his life in the hands of police.
How cops hung him out to dry.
He was an informer against alleged national crime figures.
They knew that he was in Queensland.
And they knew his name.
Who got to him and how?
No doubt whatsoever. He was murdered.
Under investigation next Wednesday.
Hello everyone, welcome to Footy Classified. I'm Eddie Maguire. What a big week it has been in football. Matthew Lloyd is with me. Damien Barrett ready to go. Jimmy Bartell, the all-star cast ready here. We've got plenty to get through tonight. The boss of the AFL Football Department, Laura Kane, is our special guest. We'll be deep diving into all the big issues in football. Also, the Bombers, Lloydie, they've got to give more than just lip service to this year. We want some results, don't we? We need something.
We do it. We'll get into that very shortly.
Very much so. And let's get stuck into this. How about this for a new segment on this show? The biggest prize in football. Yes, another Lexus coming from Lexus of Blackburn, Andrew Moore and all the team for the player we vote as the performance of the round. So it's not a midfielder's award. It's for everybody. The best performed player of the round goes in to the end of year when we'll judge the best performance of the year for a magnificent Lexus from Lexus of Blackburn. Now, let's get into round one, or is it round 1.5? Whatever it is, here it is. And first of all, big news out of Tigerland. Their big names are back, everybody. Have a look at this. Dusty is back. Let's have a look at the vision. Let's go. Martin Nankervis, the captain, is back. Lynch is back into the side. Mansell in there. 4 omissions from last week's loss to the Gold Coast Suns. Banks, Kazitsky, Naismith and Ryan all out. Durden, of course, coming in for Doherty with that knee reconstruction. So the big names are back for the Tigers.
First 3 in particular, they just make you walk taller coming down the road, Jimmy. Dustin, Martin, Nankervis and Lynch are big hits.
Yeah, they got pounded, of course, against the Gold Coast Suns, but Adam Uze already put it to side. You've got the big names in. Let's go and attack Thursday night against the Blues, who are absolutely roaring favourites.
And we're going to do a deep dive on that when we get to the Medallion Club later on in the show. Now, Damien Barrett, Laura Kane is coming in. The vexed issue, there's 2 in football, drugs and concussion. We're going to stick with concussion for the moment. What's the latest on Angus Brayshaw and the ramifications for the entire competition going forward?
Yeah, they're wide and varied, Ed. We know that he's owed 5 years of a 6-year contract that he had signed and had only completed 1 year of, and he will get the full, effectively, wrap rate of that deal. It's going to be amounting to $3 million. You'll get that through various insurance policies.
So who pays that? The insurance company?
Insurance policies, and there's access to the AFL Players Association Hardship Fund. A combination of all of that will get the full tally for
Is
him.
that an independent insurance policy that Brayshaw had, or is that something that is available?
Yeah, it's available to everybody, and there's 2 available. There's 2 insurance policies. He had access, I believe, to both. And I just want to go back to the day of the announcement of Angus Brayshaw retiring. You can see there on an own Melbourne media release, medically retired in the headline, medically retired first paragraph, medically retired in the second paragraph. There's references to this, and obviously it's an independent panel that made the assessment. And as such, Melbourne Footy Club will be paying the wage owed to Angus Brayshaw, but how that looks from a TPP, a total players payment perspective, is yet to play out. There's effectively a precedence at play, given Paddy McCartan had the same thing happen to him last year, medically retired from the game by an independent panel, paid out outside the Swans' salary cap, outside their total player payment. Each case, I'd imagine, Ed, will be valued and assessed and analysed independently of each other, but there is a precedence of sorts given it's happened to McCartan.
So, Damo, this still only relates to concussion-related, medically retired.
Medically retired, yeah. And again, all the other career-ending injuries, there's definitions for how that looks under these insurance policies, but we're referring specifically here to the concussion side of it with the independent medical panel.
Because there are payouts for players if you finish your career with an ending, like for example,
Dane Swan.
Dane Swan was
Yeah.
the one I was thinking of when he did his foot, and that was the end of it. He did it in round one, and he was paid out, and so he should be because that happened in the line of duty, of line of work. So that's really what we're looking for. What happens though, as we're starting to see these longer term contracts, that's the vexed issue, where a player might we don't want to get to a stage where teams are using it to get players who have suddenly fallen foul of a club off the books.
Yeah, and again, insurance policy, it's like people in general life have private health insurance and private life insurance and income protection insurance. It's assessed individually. There's not a blanket coverage of it, and it's why some are pushing for the industry to actually fund these insurance proposals and policies that are out there, but it needs to be done independently. And Brayshaw, from what I believe, had the two that he needed and will need now to get access to the money that's owed to him under the contract.
And I suppose, the line to look at over the summer has been Clayton Oliver down at Melbourne, where he's got a very long contract, and then suddenly he was all over the place. He couldn't come to training, played on the weekend and played reasonably well. In fact, you probably think he played sensationally given his summer. Here's what Christian Petrarca said last night on 360 on Foxtel about where the situation was with his teammate.